Hey guys, another review on these full face downhill mountain bike helmets. You guys will see the link to my other review on this Troy Lee Designs stage down below. But I just got this IXS trigger yesterday in the black camo, which is pretty cool. But I wanted to go over both of these with you. If you guys look at my other video, you'll see a lot of detail on this Troy Lee. But the goal for me is to get something lighter and cooler here in South Florida that breathes for riding my electric motion Escape. So that was the goal, and here's the second helmet I'm trying out. I told you I wanted to get into something with a strap system, kind of like this thing I mentioned, ratchet straps. This ratchet I like a lot. If you look at the difference here on this Giro, was that it actually, you have to push the wheel down to unlock it, to spin it. And so it's kind of locked if it's not pushed in. I really like that design. And I did get a ratchet system, which I was after with this IXS. This is one of the few that has the ratchet system. So I thought this might be the key to me getting the ideal fit. Now this ratchet system, as you can see, clicks down, tightens up, loosens up easily, but it doesn't seem to have any sort of lock mechanism like that one does. So, but it seems to hold steady pretty well. But the other features about this one, the ventilation seems to be really good as well. It's got large holes. I don't think it's quite as airy as the stage. And just so you guys know exactly what this is, we're going to take a look at the brand new box it came out of. And so you guys will know reference-wise what we're talking about. Like I said, this is the IXS is the brand, I guess, and the trigger is the model. Full face MIPS, which you know is that crash protection technology that they're all putting in now. This is the black camo, and this is, I guess, the ML, which is the largest they make, which I really would have preferred if I could have got an XL, because I think that I need that extra space. And because, as I mentioned to you guys, the reason I have those Arais in the background, I've always been an Arai guy with an oval head. But I'll just show you quickly what came in the box. I'll pull this stuff out. It does have another nice thin bag, so it's well ventilated for letting the sweat dry off. And then of course I've got, well, not of course, but I've got a couple extra cheek pads. These ones seem to be a little thicker. They don't seem to have the millimeters on them, but these, I believe, are a little thicker than the ones in there if you have a good need an extra cheek tightness. But let's go back to this. Weight is excellent. I imagine these things are weighing within a few grams of each other. I haven't actually checked, but you can look up that data online easily. Does not have an adjustable visor. It appears as though it is adjustable. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't read the directions yet, but maybe you could loosen this screw and this would slide down. It almost feels like it should somehow, because it's not attached up here in any way. It's just locked by this screw. So I shouldn't say that 100% yet. So I'll double check that for you guys and put a comments in there later. Okay, so the initial fit, again with my oval large head, is that it's almost identical to the stage in that it kind of has the equal, like I said, I'm about 99% there on fit. It does, to me, you know, hit me back here just a little bit tight in these quadrants in the back of my head. Now, I almost shouldn't even bother talking about fit because it's always going to be a personal preference thing and the shape of your head and so forth and so on. But I'll just, because I'm telling you guys I'm an Arai guy with this Corsair and this XD4, I love those things. They're incredibly luxurious, especially this street bike helmet it's so comfortable to put on. But I'm kind of I'm shooting for that same effect because these are $300 helmets. They're not cheap. And we're talking about a little piece of plastic and styrofoam, so you want to get a good, comfortable fit. And again, my goal is get rid of heat, get rid of sweat, not be so heavy, bulk down with a full face, heavy motorcycle helmet when I'm riding the Escape in the slower technical trails, whereas, you know, what my plan is to do to be a little safer. And I just want that extra protection beyond what I mentioned to you guys, what I've been normally using mountain biking, and I have used this on Escape recently. I want to get that full face for branches in case I fall. I don't want to knock all my teeth out, etc. And there's no doubt I will fall on some level. So it's got the fidlock, which I may be pronouncing a little better now as well, identical there. They had the straps buried behind these pads when it came. So maybe my idea, if you look at my other one on the Troy Lee, wasn't a bad idea to stick it behind the straps. I think that's legit because this one came this way. Now this, I do like this extra little add-on they put it, this little Velcro sleeve to kind of hold the strap together, and it's soft against your neck. I wish the helmet guys would design a strap that didn't fasten right at your throat and Adam's apple so that you don't get that thing jamming in the Adam's apple. I wish they kind of made a clasp that was a nice, soft, smooth, broader strap throughout your Adam's apple neck area and locked over here, somewhere where it wouldn't be touching your neck and ram into your neck upon any sort of crash or stress on the helmet. As I mentioned in my previous video, I had a pretty good neck injury from my Arai XD4 in a motocross accident that swelled up my airway, which was scary. So I am a little more sensitive to the strap idea now. I've learned that they can be dangerous. MIPS in here does not seem to slide around as easily as it did in the Troy Lee. I'm not sure why, if it's a different MIPS or this one really slides around in here, the Troy Lee. This one doesn't. It's more secure, more fastened. This mechanism, like I said, I was hoping that this would, conform to my head and give me that custom fit by dialing it in. It does a very good job of snugging up nice. So I could see if you were a hardcore downhill mountain bike person and you said, I'm just, making a 1.5 minute run, high speeds, high danger. I'm going to crank this down, make sure it's super snug, and then I can release it upon the ascent. I think that makes sense. Again, the shell is slightly small for me. It feels like it's digging in the back. I think it's going to fit 95% of the population out there pretty well, other than this oval head guys. This is a little more cumbersome to put on because this thing seems to be a little bit in the way, so you almost have to kind of hold it out of the way as you put it on. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys ahead of time? But, realistically, you're almost going to have to order all these things like I am and just see what fits. But I want to say the helmet's gorgeous. I love the look. I love the feel of it. Other than a little bit of too much pressure back here. These cheek pads fit me better. It doesn't bite me up under the ears as much. Maybe the Troy Lee was biting me under the ears because my head wasn't sinking in all the way. Therefore, it was riding up, and these were clipping me in the ears. I repositioned these, as I told you guys, and got it away from clamping underneath my ears. But this one naturally fit me right out of the bat, more naturally, holding my jaw, the side of my head well. It's gonna be tough for me to decide which one's more comfortable. At $300, I was really hoping to get something that was like, as soon as I put it on, I was like, I'm in heaven, kind of like I do with my Arise. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting a little kind of uncomfortable hardness in there that I'm not really digging. I would say the Troy Lee's a little better ventilated. These holes seem to be a little tighter. It doesn't feel quite as cool and airy, but it's probably, what do you want to call it? Marginal, the difference. Very little difference. Like I said, the visor appears to be fixed. I'll double check that. Everything else is virtually identical in terms of fit and feel overall. I think I like this strap a little better. It tends to slide loose a little bit more easily for some reason. They used kind of a double, a double of this strap. It's doubled over, meaning that there's multiple layers in there. It's got this little rubber band, which is handy, but this thing is handy as well to give it a little more comfort. But overall, both these helmets are basically right at $300. I'll put a link down below to both of them. I'll put a link to my other video to get you more detail. And it's going to be tough for me to decide. I've got to kind of go back and forth, worm around a little bit more around the house. I'm not going to, damage new product for somebody else if I return it. But I hope that helps you guys. Again, my goal is light, airy, comfort for riding tight technical trails in a place like Croom, Florida, and then I'm do some upstate New York riding this summer. And again, it'll be slow and technical, and I might hit 15, 20 here and there, but nothing probably more than that. Well, I hope that helps you guys. They're both beautiful helmets. It really is going to be tough to make a decision. Again, it's always going to be up to your personal head shape, etc. Take care, you guys. I appreciate any likes and subscribes. Take care.